This weekend we witnessed one of the biggest football derbies in world football. I'm not talking about El Clasico. I'm not even talking about Dortmund up against Schalke. I'm talking about the Tony Mowbray derby and Blackburn Rovers. They brung it. Our Blackburn Rovers going down to Birmingham to take on Coventry City, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, world football related. We got it all here, boys. Under Warruski, that's right. Yes, after a very high intensity watch along, boys and girls, we came out on top with a Bobby Dazzler. That's right, the big fat W coming back to Ewood Park. I'll talk more about that in just a second. One big shout out, of course, to the patrons supporting the channel behind the scenes. You know who you are. That's right, folks. So give big respect to my brothers from another mother and my sisters from another mister for supporting the channel behind the scenes. And if anyone else is out there wants to join the illustrious VIP gang, get stuck in the old description down below, patreon.com/roverseas, and check it out. So, what went on? It was a big fat 4-0. Goodness gracious me. Those don't come around very often, do they? Or do they? Yes, in fact, actually, Rovers scoring 4 or more in a couple of games already. 3 games, I think, now this season. And this one was made a lot easier, of course, with a dismissal by Coventry City, with Michael Rose getting sent off in the 14th minute after bringing down big bad boy Brereton in the area to set up goal number 1. That's right, goal number 1. And it was Adam Armstrong back on penalty duty and back putting the ball back where it belongs, in the back of the bins, boys and girls. So that gave us a nice crisp 1-0 lead on the 15th minute. Coventry City held on, to be honest with you, and I was very nervous before the goal. In fact, actually, Godden from Coventry was ever so close to actually turning this game on its head already with a very good strike, which had the keeper scrambling. They also hit the woodwork, I do believe. Does it show that on the old stats there? Yes, Coventry did hit the woodwork. And again, if one of those efforts had gone in, this game could have been completely different. But fortunately for us, the red card stood, the penalty was converted, and Rovers had their lead at half-time. Into the second half, though, that's when Rovers really dug their heels in and made sure that we came away with the 3 points. I was a little bit nervous again at halftime. I thought they would regroup, and there was only a couple of mistakes away from getting back into it. Of course, Barry Douglas picked up an unnecessary yellow card. And a second one could have also seen him with his marching orders, and then it would have been definitely game on. But no, Rovers held on and have got an early strike in the 49th minute. A nice crisp breakaway. Adam Armstrong getting goal number 2 for him to get over the line with another goal. I don't know how many he's got now. Maybe 8, something like that, which is crazy. Nearly got double digits, and it's still in the month of October. So good haul for him, and he's still got a couple of games to get into double digits before we end the calendar month of October. So 2-0 so far, and then I kind of eased up a little bit. I eased up, Rovers eased up, but actually Rovers just got better and better. Our third goal was the very first for Harvey Elliott. Well done, give him a round of applause. But it was big bad boy Brereton creating. I think Brereton got himself a hat-trick of assists, or at least 2 assists. Let's have a little look on the assists count here. I do believe it was 2 assists for Brereton at the very least, and it might even been 2 assists for a matey boy Harvey Elliott. Let me just confirm that before we continue on to this. According to my knowledge, it was 2 assists for Brereton, 1 for Elliott. Of course, the other one was a penalty, so it doesn't really count. So in theory, it was 3 because Brereton was hacked down. But yeah, Elliott got himself his first goal for Rovers. Again, it could have been Brereton, but unselfishly laid it off. And then Sam Gallagher coming off the bench to give Mowbray another headache heading into Tuesday's match against Reading. Of course, extensive coverage on the channel. Took quick stats then there on the left-hand side. Possession-wise, Rovers bossed it, 67%. Possession, 33% for the hosts. They only had 3 shots on target. 3 shots for themselves. One of them was on target, one of them off target, and one of them will probably hit the woodwork as well. Rovers 24 shots this weekend. Just 9 on target, 11 off target. That's one of my only negatives is that we didn't convert the chances. We had plenty of chances to add to it, and I think Lewis Holtby had about 4 or 5 chances to put the ball in the back of the net in the first half. Goodness gracious me. Standout performances across the board. We'll take a look at the match ratings in just a second. We had 5 corner kicks as well. A first chance to see Barry Douglas whipping a couple of balls. It was a very good display against 10 men as well. You always got to bear that in mind. Passes, we had 683 passes to their 345. And what else do we have in there? Some aerial duels. Yeah, we bossed them. We won 15 of the aerial duels. They won 6 as well. So those are the tail of the tape. Michael Rose will go away with a big fat red card. But Adam Armstrong gets the tail of the tape with a couple more goals to his name. Quick look at those starting 11s. Here are the hosts coming at you. Mario C, Haya, McFadden and Rose, of course, unfortunately had to go very early doors. Giles, Sheaf, Kelly and McCallum made up the four-man midfield there with O'Hare and Allen supporting Godden up top. Unfortunately, Godden didn't have the day that I was expecting today, but I'm happy that he didn't, but I do expect him to get amongst the goals next time around, whenever that may be. Moving forward, how about the opposition? Of course, Rovers, Kaminsky between 6, Douglas, Williams, Lennon and Costello made up your back four. No Ayala, no Nyambe, no Amari Bell. So changing it up, clean sheet to boot. Give Kaminsky a round of applause. Then it was the German enforced midfield there with Tribal, Holtby and Johnson. Of course, player of the month for September. And they're doing all a fantastic job. Tribal went unnoticed. He just didn't know he was there, which is what he's there to do. Holtby getting involved, pinging the passes left, right and centre. Johnson a bit more active than Tribal, but Tribal doing the donkey work, which is why he's there, and I do appreciate that big time. Brereton didn't get a goal, but he was absolutely phenomenal today. A thorn in their side, and that's what we hope we can see more of. And of course, alongside Adam Armstrong and Harvey Elliott, who did get in amongst the goals. So let's take a look at my match ratings then, shall we? Kaminsky had a 5. Can't really give him, it's a bit harsh, but he didn't do much. He had a little bit of a squabble, but it's no disrespect to him. It's just there was not much action down that foot of the table. Douglas got a 6, not really the best debut for him. Williams got a 7. He looked commanding, he looked in control, and he looked like he doesn't want to give up that spot, which is what I want to see. Lennon had a 6 again, not really that busy at the back there. And Ranky Costello, I thought he had a 7, and he did very, very well for that right spot. The partnership between him and Elliott and Holtby was more on the right hand side. Was clinical the way we moved forward, and I loved the way we were passing the ball out. Tribal again did the donkey work. 7, you didn't know he's there, and that's what he's there for. Holtby with an 8. He was Mr. Iniesta once again, and that's what I'm looking forward to seeing next time around. As long as we can keep him fit and healthy, he can do bits. Bradley Johnson again a 6. Didn't really see much of him, to be honest with you. Did he get a yellow card? He might have got an unnecessary yellow card. Brereton with a 9 out of 10. Absolute stellar performance for him, and again man of the match in my eyes. Adam Armstrong gets an 8 with a couple of goals, which is great, and of course Harvey Elliott with an 8. Tremendous stellar performance, and to keep it going. And you know what, we can help turn Harvey Elliott into the future superstar that he already is, and he's looking like a very good pickup early doors. Quick look at some more stats and figures. Here's a heat map. So if you heat map man just like me, you can see Rovers absolutely all over the field there. Down the left hand side, down the right hand side. Absolutely every bit of grass covered, except for a little bit maybe towards the top end. As for Coventry, pretty much pegged in their half there in the defensive third. Only a little bit coming down that left hand side, which is our right, which is I guess Ranky Costello's thing. But realistically, comfortable performance by Rovers, and again the red card did help. Here's a look at some more stats and figures there for you. A lot of where all the shots took place. Yeah, where's my mouse? Can you see my mouse? This is probably where Holtby was. He had about 4 or 5 chances in here. He should have buried at least 2 of them, if we're honest with you. We had 850 touches there, 493. Just a couple of shots for thing, and one of these hit the woodwork. So really, really comfortable performance for Rovers, and I am absolutely stellar and happy about that. Taking that away again from the past couple of games, losing to Watford, losing to Forest, unfortunately, and of course drawing with Cardiff. This gets back us to winning ways. We're not back where we want to be, which is in the top 6. We're just outside it, but it's okay. It's still early days. What did the gaffer have to say with his short and sweet little commentary after the match? Here he is. Tony, take it away.
I've just set the mark there. I think they're a really decent football team. I think it's amazing what he's achieved at this club, having worked at this club. They're a pretty good team, I think, and if we'd have played against 11 for 90 minutes, it would have been a really tough evening for us, I think. But delighted with the quality of the top end of the pitch. I think young Elliott obviously he has all the pitches really, and he's really, really tight with the football. I thought Brereton was excellent today for us. I think Armstrong did what he does. He scored again. I thought we played at the intensity that's required, and that we have been playing. You've watched us, and so it has allowed us to win a couple of games, 4 and away from home and 5 at home. But we're not getting carried away, because you've also been to the games where we've probably deserved more, like Watford on Wednesday, where we had 19 shots and came away with just 1 goal and lost the match. So yeah, plenty to be pleased with. But we've got the league leaders on Saturday, Reading, who've won 5 out of 6, I think it is, or whatever they've done, and So there's a big test for us. We'll just get our heads down and get ready for the weekend. I'd have liked that second goal before half time, to be honest. I said Holtby could have maybe scored 2 or 3 before then, really, and the second goal would have allowed us to be a bit more relaxed second half and wait for the chances to come. And we scored it pretty early though, in the second half, and so pleased with it. It's not easy against 10 men sometimes, as you know, history shows. Lots of teams, 10 men who sitting in two banks of 4, one striker, and their wide players break off the side of any bad possession. It can be dangerous, and so pleased when the second goal went in. And then I thought we were good to be able to break them down, to get behind them, the little individual stuff to score the goals, and it was good. But I think it's important. I say Coventry City, I think they'll have a good season. I think they will give a lot of teams problems, and they're a very well coached team.
Meanwhile, what's been going on social media? Let's take a little look at what was said on the old Twitter sphere. We've got John Robertson here coming at you. Agree. We played very well. Holtby, bless him, should have had a bag full. He bloody should have. Good result. Reading on Tuesday. Be a massive test. Keep up the tempo. It's very enjoyable to watch. Gallagher scored as well. Moving on. Carl Wicks said this class result. All the Big Ben doubters can crawl back into the caves. What a player he's been recently. Great result. He does seem like a completely changed man. Salsters Inc. said solid result. Just what the doctor ordered. Haven't learnt much though. Coventry mirroring Wickham, newly promoted club, lots of players missing and virtually a man down. Let's replicate this against Reading, Swansea, Borough, etc. The most established championship clubs. Good win. Meanwhile, Andy Peters said this: Rovers returning to winning ways, with a comfortable great performance. Anyway, Adam Tudsuki says great bounce back, and when it clicks, we are ruthless on the next one. Up the Rovers. Meanwhile, Clatimus is going with, I don't want to hear a bad word about Big Bad Boy Brereton. Simply unplayable today. What a player. Simon Woodward said, what did he said? He said great 3 points. Needed that after the last 2 defeats. Dalvey said, well played Blackburn. You could be a dark horse. This is a Coventry City fan here this season. Shame we got a red card early in the game. It takes some adjusting to this league. Meanwhile, Michael Fratson said this: so our 3 wins have a goal scored of 13 to 0. The 4 games have a goal scored of 3 to 7. This team has me confused. AFC Darwin more action, so come on Darwin. Meanwhile, Rovers Analytics said this: it cannot be underestimated just how awesome Big Bad Boy Brereton was today. A great high press, some lovely flicks and tricks. Dell and Dara look solid, and overall just a great team performance. Well done. Here's Ben Brereton's heat map from the game, and as you can see, a bit of a goat there. Meanwhile, Matt Silato said, absolutely loving this team. Happy Saturday, Rovers folk. Elliott Bennett, of course, not in action today. Love it, the horse. Gallagher, well done, bro. Today was a great day. Looking forward to going to Ewood on Tuesday. Happy Saturday. Rovers tweet said, best game Big Bad Boy Brereton has ever had for us. That Tom Schofield said this: Harvey Elliott, superb. Brereton, man of the match for me. Strange that I'm still concerned over quality in front of goal, though, after a 4-0 win. Good signs, though. Chris Martin did this little image. Of course, it's a bit of a meme these days with whoever that fella is, raising up something magical. And some statistics there from the player marks. That's most championship goals since Michael O'Neill took over from Stoke. Rovers sitting in second spot so far. I think that's pretty much it. Adam Armstrong, back to winning ways. Meanwhile, what else has gone on this weekend out of the Championship? Well, of course, on Friday it was the Midlands Derby there, or the East, whatever they call it. Nottingham Forest against Derby, that's what it is. And it ended up 1-1 in the end. I think probably Forest will be happy with that. Derby just can't get moving. Meanwhile, in the early kick-off today, Watford 1, Bournemouth 1. Again, not much going to getting excited about there. Meanwhile, Preston kept it late, but they came out on top with a 2-1 win over Huddersfield. Good result for them. QPR 0, Birmingham 0. Norwich again late as well against Wickham, coming out on top with a 2-1 win in the Paul Lambert Derby. Meanwhile, Reading 3-0 winners over Rotherham. Goodness gracious me. They do take some beating, but hopefully we can be that team that does that. Meanwhile, Cardiff 1, Middlesbrough 1 in the Neil Warnock Derby. Sheffield Wednesday lost and the death against Luton Town. A lot of red cards knocking about in that one. And then Bristol City 1, Swansea City 1, Millwall 1, Barnsley 1, of course, Stoke City 3, Brentford 2. But of course, the game of the weekend was Ria at St Andrews. It was a 4-0 win. Bobby Dazzler, Rovers on top. This is the table as it stands. Reading lead the chart with a 5-point lead over Bristol City. That could change a little bit though this weekend. Bristol City are in second, Watford third, Bournemouth fourth, Norwich City up to fifth now. Wow, wow, wee wow. And Swansea up to sixth. Rovers up to 10th. That's good. A win away from 4th, perhaps. Meanwhile, Sheffield Wednesday still down with a -4 points difference. Wickham and Derby also going to join them in the League One if things stand the way they are. So Coventry, yeah, a win for them in the next game. They could go as high as 16th. As for the next games, they are on Tuesday and Wednesday. Double match week, of course, this week. Barnsley against QPR kicking us off on the Tuesday. Brentford against Norwich as well. A little bit later. Do the clocks go back? I think the clocks might go back. Clocks go back in England? I think they might do. Brentford against Norwich, that's a tough one as well. Of course, Swansea against Stoke, that's difficult. Middlesbrough against Coventry as well. Wickham against Watford, the battle of the W's. Of course, the game of the week will be at Ewood Park, where Blackburn Rovers taking the leaders. Reading, that's right, 3:45. We might squeeze a watch along that. We may squeeze a watch along that. We're Preston up against Millwall. Derby up against Cardiff. Yep, that's on Wednesday. Luton Town against Nottingham Forest. Rotherham against Sheffield Wednesday. Birmingham against Huddersfield. And Bournemouth against Bristol City, the battle of the Bees. That's right, folks. That's all I've got for you. Short and sweet, but let's have a bit of a recap here, of course. Yeah, Rovers, tremendous today. I know that the red card is a massive boost. But stellar performance. Great to see Harvey Elliott get his first goal. Now, you know what? Tyree Stone has to step it up on the plate. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see him today. Mowbray played his cards right with his substitutes. Of course, Douglas had a yellow. Armstrong had a yellow. So he had to pull them off just to remove the threat of a red card. That's the man management there, which is excellent to see. We go on again up against Reading, and we'll have match preview for that bad boy tomorrow. So make sure you come by for that. And of course, championship predictions, which might be live as well tomorrow. So make sure you come see those as well. But play more football on the channel. FIFAs are on weekdays, so there's lots to look forward to. And the football just keeps on coming right here on the channel. So make sure you bang the thumbs up, bang subscribe, of course, if you are new. And also check out the description down below. Links to my other social media platforms are in there. Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and of course Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. That's the best way to do it. Until then, though, I'll see you all very, very soon. Stay safe, mask up, and I'll see you on the other side.